Stay with us on DAZN. We've got Mike Fontanez and Bruno Leonardo Romay coming up, and an exciting 6-round super welterweight bout. Mike Fontanez joining the party, making his CES debut tonight here at Oceanside Rivera. So much action in store. 4 more big fights to bring you, including later on tonight our main event with Speedy Rashidi Ellis. So it's been a great night thus far, and you've seen some of the new faces for CES, some of that new generation of fighters that are making their way to the top of the mountain. And CES once again continues to stack the roster and bring in a lot of new talent, Ray, and we've got a nice glimpse of it tonight. It's been good.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see Mike Fontanez. Want to see if the hype is real about the lefty.
Fontanez on deck. You've also got Francis Hogan, another guy that we almost forgot about tonight to mention with his record, 17-0. He's on the doorstep of something big. And, of course, we have the main event with Rashidi Ellis. So a lot more action to come. Don't go anywhere. We thank you for joining us tonight on DAZN. If this is your first time tuning in here with CES Boxing, thank you for being a part of what we bring to the table. It's been a very exciting night thus far, being here at the packed house, the Oceanside Rivera. It's very much a Halloween theme. We talked about it being a Halloween knockout. It's been a lot of fun. More spooky happenings on the way. Stay with us. Good evening, fight fans. Michael Parenti joining you here at the beautiful Oceanside Revere in Massachusetts. And I'm with a few of my closest friends on a frightful night as we bring you Halloween Knockout.
Let's meet the next fighters coming to the ring. Bruno Leonardo Romay.
Coming all the way from Buenos Aires, Argentina, Bruno Leonardo Romay making his way to the ring. And this is Bruno's first fight since July. Comes in with a big record, 22-14, 19 wins by knockout. He's 36 years of age. He's a southpaw, so it can be a little bit tricky, and we'll talk a little bit more about that going forward in the fight. Romay is one of those journeyman-type fighters, Ray, that you got to keep an eye on and watch out for. I know what people may think when they see the Argentinians. They've kind of become almost the new Mexican fighter that's come to the States, right, to be the quote-unquote opponent. But a guy like Romay, anytime I see a lot of knockouts, I'm always skeptical about what they bring to the table. You can talk about level of competition, but knockouts are knockouts, and there's got to be something behind those fists to lead to that many knockouts.
Exactly, and you can see by the way the music is playing, nice, calm, relaxed. That's the kind of fighter he is.
Yeah.
Nice, calm, relaxed.
Well, when you've had, 36 pro fights, you can be a little bit relaxed getting into the ring, and perhaps this is just a gentle introduction to perhaps a beast when the bell rings.
And his opponent, Mike Fontanez.
And now coming in from Nashua, New Hampshire, 9-0 record, 5 of those wins by knockout. Another southpaw on the ledger, 28 years of age, Mike Fontanez, making his classic entertainment and sports debut. Ray, we've seen him from Team Combat League. We've seen some of his other fights. Give us a little bit of a scouting report on Fontanez.
He's exciting. He's a fighter you want to see. Got a big smile. He's a big fighter. That left-hand stance. He reminds me of almost like a Hector Camacho, but a lot bigger.
Brings a lot of that same flair to the table. We've seen some of the work he's done in TCL. He was 4-3 with the Boston Butchers this year. Had a real nice showing, and we'll talk a little bit about this as we get into the fight, but really became enamored with the CES product, and that's what's led him here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is 6 rounds in the junior middleweight division. Fighting out of the blue corner, hailing from the capital city of Argentina, Buenos Aires, with a professional record of 22 wins, 14 losses, with 19 wins coming by way of knockout. He weighed in at 158 pounds. Bruno Leonardo Romay. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from the Gate City, Nashua, New Hampshire. His record, perfect, with 9 wins, no losses, with 5 big wins coming by way of knockout. He weighed in at 158 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Blessed Southpaw Fontanez!
You had your instructions in the dressing room. Right here is good. Right here is good. I expect a clean fight. Good luck.
Once again, we're joining you live on DAZN Boxing, bringing you Halloween Knockout, presented by CES Boxing, Michael Parenti and Sucre Ray Oliveira, bringing you all the action ringside. And tonight we are just about to get underway with the long-anticipated CES debut of the Southpaw Mike Fontanez, of course, in the black and red trunks, taking on Bruno Romay in the blue and the white. And Fontanez is a guy, again, who came over from Team Combat League. He was scouted by the CES Brain Trust, Jimmy Birchfield, and matchmaker Pat Sullivan. They added Fontanez to the roster for TCL Season 2. That was the Butcher's debut season. Fontanez did well and became enamored with what the CES product could bring to the table and saw an opportunity to work with a promoter long-term and find an opportunity to take that next step in his career.
Very rarely you see two lefties in there
Yeah.
with each other. You know, you always see the orthodox, so it's probably weird for both of them. I got a lefty in front of me.
It's typically a right-hander trying to adjust to an awkward southpaw style, but instead here we have two southpaws going toe-to-toe. It's so hard just to find two in the same building. Never mind get them in the ring together, but here we are tonight.
I like to see Fontanez pick the pace. You know, pick a much faster pace. His opponent probably wants that slow, easy pace to work on, but Fontanez going to pick it up. Leonardo just wants it slow. He's old school. He wants it slow.
Well, Romay's a guy who's run into some tough luck of late. He's lost his last 3 fights, but he does have a knockout win over Anthony Hines, who was a teammate of Fontanez's on the TCL Boston Butchers roster. Hines is the guy who's made his rounds throughout the New England circuit as well. He's had fights everywhere, Romay has. Michigan, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Florida.
Beautiful uppercut by Fontanez.
Romay's a guy who's fought almost everybody. He's fought Alantez Fox, Philly prospect Tamir Smalls, and now he goes in against another prospect in Fontanez, who's now starting to put the pedal to the metal here, Ray.
He's picking the pace. Like I said, he's got to make a faster pace, and he's definitely picking his pace up. That left hand and that left uppercut is connecting. There he goes again, that left uppercut.
Nice 3-4 punch combo there by Fontanez. Circling his opponent, using the entire ring. You know, Fontanez's career arc is similar to Joe Bush. He's 28 years old, Bush is 27. The difference being is that Fontanez started a year earlier, so he's had an opportunity to get a few more fights under his belt. But another fighter who is right there on the cusp in that age bracket where you want to start making that push.
Definitely. And Fontanez also got, he has like 30, 40 amateur bouts.
Yes.
So, you know, he got some skill behind him.
Fontanez lived in New York when he was younger. And credits his love for boxing with being robbed at the age of 13. Went into a boxing gym, he found some solace, and says, you know what, this is my path. And he said, you know, I hold a grudge. If I ever see that robber, I'm going after him. He has promised to this day, but sometimes it's, you know, that's how these stories start in the ring, right?
Yep.
Boxing becomes a refuge for a young, you know, a teenager or a youth in the area, and it becomes a career choice. And
There goes that,
yeah.
that left uppercut.
Nice left right there at the bell by Fontanez. Very strong opening round, Ray.
Definitely. I like to see Fontanez, he controlled this fight here with his right jab, and he was picking him up with straight left and the left uppercut. I like to see him in the second round. Don't do so much moving. Stay there. You see right here. That left hand is connecting all day on him. Yes, he's giving him angles, but he's falling. Nunes is falling, Ramirez is falling right into him. So Fontanez says, let's stay right there. Stay in front of him and just let them hands go. He's there for the picking. You know, earlier I said you want rounds. I don't want no rounds right now. Let's get him out.
See Alex Rivera in the corner of Mike Fontanez, also the head trainer for Rashidi Ellis. He's been with Ellis his entire career. So you see these New England connections. Mark Agaro, Alex Rivera, both who were coaches for the Boston Butchers.
Yep.
It's almost as if they brought the entire Butcher roster over to CS. And that we talked so much about TCL tonight, but that Team Combat League was really almost an untapped resource for CS to dive into some new talent. To see.
It was their interview.
Yeah, it really was.
It was their interview. We seen it. We liked it. We signed him.
opportunity to see some fighters that they hadn't really seen up close and personal, guys who were fighting for other promotions in the area, and they got a taste of CES life and vice versa, and it seems like a match made in heaven for a lot of these fighters on the card tonight.
Romay keeps reaching with that jab of his, and that's why Fontanez is just dropping right over with his left hand. That's why I wouldn't want him to move, to stay right there.
And Fontanez, he's done a good job, right? Just kind of circling Romay, looking for an opportunity. So also putting together nice combinations.
One round was good enough to go. Get him out. See, he hit him with 4 jabs right there. Forget moving. Just move the head. Don't move the feet.
Romay, like a lot of other fighters who come from another country and they come to the United States and they find the money opportunities here on U.S. soil. He was a fighter who basically started his entire career in his home country as Fontanez rips one to the body. Now he's made his rounds in the U.S. since 2021, and he's been on the short end of the stick most of the time. And Fontanez trying to keep that streak going to 4 while he gets win number 10.
Fontanez is just going to move forward and let those hands go. That left hand is hitting all day. No reason to back up.
Minute 20 to go in round number 2. This one's scheduled for 6. Mike Fontanez in the black and red trunks making his CES debut. And there's a good 3-4 punch combo, Ray. Trying to go back to that uppercut again.
Let's see him to fake that left uppercut and come over with the left. Come over. Or fake with a right hook. Fontanez is definitely having his fun here. He's picking on pot with,
Big uppercut.
Beautiful left uppercut. He just got to come back with that right hook after it. Put them punches together.
Well, you're right, Ray. Sometimes they admire the handiwork of a great punch, but don't follow up with the second and third punch.
Another left hand. I always tell my fighters, if you hit them with the power hand, come back with the lead hand. It's going to put them to sleep.
16 seconds to go in round 2, and it does appear that Romay is there for the taking if Fontanez is able to let it go. Another good combination. And perhaps may catch him with a counterpunch at some point when Romay throws that right hand. In any event, Ray, we're 2 rounds in the books, and so far, so good for Fontanez.
Fontanez is doing real good right now. You know, you showed your people what you could do. You showed the promoter what you could do. Now get him out.
Yeah.
No reason to back up. Just, you know you're in control. Every punch you're hitting this guy with, you're hurting him, and you're letting him last. Now get him out of here. You let him last 2 rounds. You played with your food. Now swallow it.
Fontanez is one of those well-traveled fighters who splits his time between gyms. He's from Nashua, so he works with Muhammad Brooks at the Nashua PAL, and then he comes back to Revere and trains with Alex Rivera. So 4 times a week he's going back and forth to get the best sparring he can possibly get and getting the best of both worlds from different coaches, and it's really paid off for him. He's made, again, a very steady climb. TCL gave him an opportunity to take a little time off from the pro action and get some work in that format. He had 7 fights, which amounts to 7 rounds in TCL over the course of April and May. Now he's back to resume his pro career. And you know, Ray, you and I talked a lot about TCL here as we get into round number 3 and what that could do for a fighter. And some fighters use that as a vehicle before turning pro to get some work against pro-style fighters.
Yes.
Others, like Fontanez, use it to kind of stay busy between fights and maybe just sort of take a step back and plow out their next career move.
It could have been a bad thing. It turned out being a good thing for him. You know, like you said, he goes from gym to gym. I'm that kind of guy. I like fighters staying in one gym, one trainer.
Ooh.
See, look, he took a break there. Hit him with 2-punch combination. Keep backing him up. If you're hitting him, keep hitting him. Why stop?
There it is again. It feels like only a matter of time. If Fontanez really turns on the afterburners, he can end this fight in a matter of seconds.
He's in that mood where he knows what the fight is his, so let me give a show. But that's what things you don't want to do. You want to get him out.
Well, you and I have had that same opinion many times, Ray. That can lead to something dangerous
It definitely can. And with a fighter like that he's in there right now with 19 knockouts,
Sure.
like you said, he didn't hit anybody. He hit people.
We've called a lot of fights and we've seen stranger things happen, so I'm always kind of wary and skeptical and never assume anything when that bell rings.
Can't read a book by its cover.
Fontanez said his goal by the end of the year is to get to double-digit wins, and a win tonight would do that, but get further into the schedule and possibly fight for a WC belt by the end of the year. One other thing about Jimmy Birchfield that we haven't mentioned on the broadcast is his relationship with the WBC and his ability to bring WBC championships to New England for many fighters. It started many years ago when he was the NABF Promoter of the Year. That's the WBC sister belt, but he's also secured youth titles for Jermaine Ortiz and silver titles for other fighters. And these opportunities can lead to bigger ones down the road. You get in the rankings, you get on the radar with the world's biggest sanctioning body. It's a blessing.
Look at how it takes a promoter to open that door.
Yep.
And CES and Jimmy Birchfield opens that door for you when you get there. If you give your effort, he's definitely going to give his effort.
That's exactly right. And it's something that Jimmy Birchfield has said many times before. He will work as hard as the fighter does.
Hardest working guy in the business. We always say that.
30 seconds to go here in round number 3. Fontanez, short jab to the body. That uppercut's been a big weapon for him. He's put together some decent combinations. Mostly 1-2 punch combos. In this round, though, a 3-punch combo right there. Just trying to break down Romay, and here comes some action now in this final 10 seconds.
He's finally opening up. That body work.
Body work always does the trick, Ray. Nice right hand at the bell. Romay thought it might have been a little late, and maybe he has a point, but Fontanez has been dominant and really turned it on there, Ray, in the last 25 seconds. Fontanez gives a nod, says, sorry, my bad.
He's a nicer guy than me. You walk over to my corner, you're getting hit.
As Ray will tell you, that's the cost of doing business, right? Here's some of the replay. And we didn't really quite see it there, but you see some of the work.
He's putting a combination together. He's working good, which he finally did, but this is what I tell fighters all the time. I don't mind people bringing their records up.
Yes.
What I mind is when I look at a guy's record and he went the distance with you. That's a guy you should have got out. Not going the distance with, should have got out. I want to see Fontanez get this fight out. Yes, his opponent has a beautiful record. 19 knockouts on his record. Wouldn't this look even better if you knocked the guy out? Not win the distance one, but you knocked the guy with a great record out.
No, listen. You and I know that the step-up fights and the fights like this are a necessary evil in the sport.
Yes.
Whether you like it or not, you have to acknowledge it. You have to accept it. This is the way the sport has been built for a number of years, and maybe it's more prevalent now than it was before. Maybe we notice it more now.
Yes.
I'm not sure what to make of it. Oh, big body shot there, and that will send Romay to his knees. Body work always does the trick, Ray. Romay beats the 10 count. Melissa Kelly checking in.
The older you get, the worse your body gets.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to continue, and that's going to be it. Melissa Kelly waves it off, and Mike Fontanez has his knockout victory. He has win number 10, and he has a victory in his CES debut.
Congratulations to him.
Take a look at the replay here, Ray.
You see he's finally putting his punches together. He just stepped over, threw that right hook to the body, and down he went.
I love that move, Ray, stepping to the left, and then unloading with that right hand to the body. You don't see a lot of guys fight on angles like that sometimes. I feel like it's a lost art now and then, but Fontanez made it look so fluid when he did it.
They call that you get off the line.
Yeah.
Get off the line. He got off the line, and when he got off the line, he threw as he got off the line. A lot of fighters get off the line and don't throw. He got off the line and threw.
Fantastic work and a great display of footwork by Fontanez. Sometimes it's those little details, Ray, that make a big difference. All you had to do was step over to the right. Romay never saw it coming. Right hand to the body, and that was all she wrote. So great job by Mike Fontanez to get the W in his CES debut here. And, promoter Jimmy Birchfield has to be happy. So far, his newcomer prospects have done the job, and Fontanez perhaps with the early candidate for knockout of the night here.
Yeah, we signed these gentlemen, and we want to see what they got. We don't want them to lose, so we might put like a little bit. We want them to win, but we want them to look good in their performance. And these guys are looking good. They're doing what they're supposed to do, what we came to do, and just let people know This is what up and coming out fighters look like and what they can do.
I agree, Ray, wholeheartedly. There is an opportunity for a step-up fight, and sometimes you want to just put on a show. And when you're on this platform in front of a new audience, an untapped market here in Revere, you're on the zone. You want to see these guys give their best effort to put on the best show possible, and you're getting the best of both worlds tonight. You're getting guys who are getting opportunities, they're getting some rounds, and they're also getting the W's, and that's what CES wants.
They should be happy. I ain't been in the zone yet. They are.
Fontanez getting a hug from his new promoter, Jimmy Birchfield. And with that, let's send it up to Pat Sullivan, who has the particulars on this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Melissa Kelly stops the fight at 34 seconds in round number 4 to your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Mike Fontanez! All right, Mike. I'm joined here by the blessed southpaw, Mike Fontanez. A lot of respect for the opponent, Mike. Great performance right here from the first bell to the final punch. You seemed like you had a game plan and stuck to it, and I saw her after that last body punch. You turn around and point it to your corner. This is something you guys thought about.
Yeah, of course. You know, we work very hard, very, very hard. First off, all glory to God, because without him, can't do nothing. But Alex, man, he's a GOAT, bro. There's a reason he's in my corner. There's a reason he's with me. We work very hard. We practice it in camp. We practice it in the locker room, and we did it in the gym, the ring.
So last time you fought in this ring, in this arena, was for Team Combat. Like, you had the flu and won your one-round fight in TCL, but tonight, a little different story, same result. That smile says it all. You must be feeling great right now.
Yeah, man, I'm just blessed to be here, you know. Like, life wasn't easy, so I'm just happy to do what I love, and I'm happy I got the platform. Thank you, DAZN. Thank you, CES, and line them up, baby. We ready for whoever.
So, Mike, you talked about your corner here. You also have this man in your corner, Jimmy Birchfield Sr. He had a lot of trust in you to bring you into the team, to put you here on DAZN in your first fight with CES on a national platform. What does that mean to you?
Yo, everything. The way he treats us, it's different, man. I'm super grateful. Big thank you to Jimmy and CES, and shout out to you, Pat. Like I said, they managed us with TCL, and that's what made my decision to go with CES.
Mike Fontanez, still undefeated, now at 10-0. Let's hear it, Oceanside. Mike, blessed southpaw, Fontanez.
Once again, Mike Fontanez with the victory, knockout in round number 3, improving to 10-0. Big debut here for CES and a big showing here on DAZN for a Halloween knockout. Once again, Michael Parenti joined by Sucre Ray Oliveira. We are more than halfway through tonight's fight card. Still plenty of action to come, including our next bout in the super middleweight division. Irish prospect Tommy Hyde also looking for win number 10 against 0 losses.